Alright guys, welcome back to the Former Farm Kid channel. Putting up with a little bit of traffic here today, but gorgeous day in northern Illinois, 70 degrees and overcast, but really a nice day. So this is part 3 on the Western Prodigy plow, and I will try not to show my frustration with what I've had to deal with on this plow. But anyway, this is part 3, and this is on the hydraulics. So I bought this for my skid steer. I have a John Deere 320. It's a 2017 model. Typical. It's a 3250 psi system, 20 gallons per minute. And I'm told that the blades are the same for the truck as for the skid steer. However, as you can see, this blade was actually made for a pickup truck. So if this in fact is a blade for a pickup truck, does that include that the hydraulic system is the same for a pickup truck? Well, evidently, it appears so, because the issue I had with this was when I would activate the aux hydraulics, and I have a thumb wheel activation on my skid steer, it would literally shoot the blade back and forth. I mean, like, so violently that I had to stop and, figure out what was going wrong. So started doing a little research, and these are the lines that hook up. I've got it off my machine, but these are the quick attach flat face connectors, and underneath here they go to what's called the pressure release manifold. And that's this unit right here. It's bolted on with just 2 bolts. It's got lock nuts on the bottom. And as you can see, looking at the intake lines that go through there, all the way down through there. So these are the two, I should say intake. These are the 2 pressure lines coming from the unit, from my skid steer. See if I can get a little better shot here on this side. So what I come to find out is that there is a pressure limiter in this elbow right here. And to make this easier to work on, basically I had to remove the 2 bolts, take the manifold, it ends about right here, snake it through the hole, and just place it on top here so I could work on it. So I pulled this elbow out right here. That's the limiter. And by the way, this is a 3/8, what's called it's a 3/8. It's a pipe O-ring JIC fitting. They're pretty common. You can get them on Amazon pretty easily. And so I took this fitting out, took it to my hydraulics guy, which by the way is Dutek Hydraulics in Yorkville, Illinois, DUTEK. These guys have been so great with me. Anytime I've had a hydraulic issue on anything, they've been able to fix me up. So I took this fitting out and showed it to him, and in his estimation it was 2 times too big, which would explain the high flow to the cylinders naturally, which leads me to believe that if it's 2 times too big, isn't that more suitable for the hydraulics on a truck, pickup truck that has basically a self-contained system? So, is that true? Is that not true? I don't know, but one thing is true, that these are absolutely the wrong limiters for a skid steer, which my understanding is, most skid steers, kind of regardless of the year, except for maybe machines that are 20 or 30 years old, may not have a 3,000 psi system, but most do. Mine, as a matter of fact, is 3,250 psi. Some sources call it a 3,500 PSI system. So it's a high system and it has 20 gallons flow per minute. So that would explain why it was shooting these cylinders out like bullets, basically. So I changed this out. He set me up with one that was half this size, put it on here, exercised the right side, and it went out just perfectly. But the problem was it wasn't coming back perfectly. And what I hadn't realized is that it's hard to see here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to show you this bottom fitting, but this back fitting back here has another limiter in it. There are actually two limiters, and when you think it through, it does make sense because you need to limit it from the as close to the input side as possible. So I went back and got another one and put it into that side and started thinking about the headache this is to access these two things if that wasn't going to work. So what he showed me was another option. And that is, instead of putting the limiters down here where they're a pain in the Baninsky to get to and work on, how about just putting them right on your flat face quick connectors where they're up and convenient to work on. And not only that, when you limit the flow right here, it takes the pressure off these hoses as well, so that the whole system is set up for a limited flow and pressure right where it's created. So actually, as you look at it here, this from hex to hex is the limiter. Same up here. From hex to hex is the limiter. And again, I only had the one end to start with, and one side worked great. Had to go back, get the other one. Those are 1/2 inch. This is a 3/8 inch hose, but they were 1/2 inch because they need to go in a 1/2 inch pipe fitted flat face connectors. And excuse me, put those in, and not only did it work perfectly, but now my hydraulic hoses don't jump up and be super stiff because I'm limiting it right at the input place, which really helps. So if you look at the video on my channel just previous to this video, you will see the rate of rotation. Keep in mind, the day I tested it, it was probably in the 60s, and my machine wasn't warmed up, so it rotates. Oh, excuse me. It rotates it roughly like that, like that, and once you get your machine warmed up and the hydraulics warmed up a bit more, it will go a little bit faster, which is really pretty much ideal. So that fixed the problem, guys. That took care of it. So if you're having trouble with the rotation rate on your machine, either being too slow or too fast, you can probably trace it to these flow limiters right here. So since I have them here now, I don't need them here. So I bought just regular JIC, O-ring JIC elbows to put back in here, and I yanked the two ones that are absolutely wrong out of the system, so they have no effect on this system now whatsoever. It's strictly the limiters at the input. So that pretty much took care of it. I have one more aggravating issue with this plow that I will deal with on my next video, but I'm going to hold that until the winter, where I've had a chance to plow with it to see if my fix has corrected the problem. And as you look at my plow, you maybe have already picked up on what I have done to fix that next problem. And it's pretty much right out in open sight, but I won't talk about it on this video right here until I've had a chance to test it out. So we will see. The previous videos covered the issue with the universal plate being attached so tightly to the A-frame, and the other issue was no grease zerk on the main pivot hinge, and what I had to do to go through to fix that. So that pretty much covers the hydraulic part for this particular video. And if you want to know what size limiters I actually ended up putting in, you can leave a comment and I will reveal that individually. But again, depending on your system, what I have may not work for you, so I'm not going to state it here. But they come in standard sizes, and they go by tens of thousands, I believe. Nothing too unusual in the hydraulic world. Okay, guys. So God bless. Keep up the great work, and remember, seek the kingdom of God first, and all things shall be granted to you. And believe me, those are wise words. So we'll talk to you next time, probably later. Well, at least on the plow, not until I've had a chance to put it to work, and then I will explain what the issue was and how my fix has turned out. All right, guys. So we will see you then again.